for the 12.3 notes, we're going to do surface area and volume of prisms. So we have two different types. We have the rectangular prisms, and then we have all other prisms. And for this course, we're just going to talk about triangular prisms. All right, so for the first one, we have our formula here for the surface area. And we're going to deal with length, width, and we have height. Okay, so down here, I am going to label my different parts. So I've got my length, and I do a cursive L. You don't have to. It's just that a normal L looks like a 1 instead of an L. My width and my height. So for the surface area, we would have 2 length time width, so we'd have like 2 of these. So length 39, width 12. And then we'd have length and height. And then we'd have width and height. So to calculate this, I would multiply these 3 numbers, get your number. Again, multiply the 3. I didn't put the number in there. And then multiply those 3, add up your solutions. To save time, I went ahead and worked it out. So if I multiply these together, we get 936. Then we would get 624 and 192. And we would just add them together to get a total of 1,752 feet squared. For the volume, we just multiply length, width, and height. Okay, so if I multiply those together, I get 3,744 feet cubed. Remember, cubed for volume. Okay, part B, very similar. I am going to pause and go ahead and write in all the formulas really quick. Alright, so I went ahead and wrote in the formulas for you. And then I'm just going to plug in. So I've got my length, my width, and my height. Okay. And then go ahead and multiply each set of 3 numbers. So if I do that, I get 306 plus 816 plus 432. This gives me 1,554 centimeters squared. Okay, for volume, simply multiply our length, width, and height together, and we would get 3,672 centimeters cubed. Okay, moving on to triangular prisms. For these, we have that lateral area again and the surface area. So the lateral area would be the 3 rectangles that are between the 2 triangles, okay? Your surface area would include that lateral area plus the 2 bases. So here they have a big B for base, okay? When you see that big B, that means area of the base. It is a pretty big deal that you understand that. It is different than a little b. It's the area of the base. So first, let's start off with finding the lateral area of this one down here. Before I do that, though, I do need to discuss with you the height. Okay, so the height of a prism, is between the bases. So here, if my two bases are the triangles, okay, those two triangles are parallel, they're never going to touch. The height is 16 then, okay? So this is height of prism. Now, if I look at the triangle here, this is the base of the triangle, and this is the height of the triangle, okay? It is important to know that this piece right here is 10 and that this one right here is 6, and that's given to you over here, okay? Alright, so first and foremost, the lateral area is HP. Okay, the H stands for height of prism, and the P is the perimeter of the base. Now this is all listed here for you, and as you can see, we identified two heights, but this height is height of prism. So the height of the prism is 16, and the perimeter of the base. So if I look at my base, I have a triangle base, and I need to add all of those sides. So I've got 10 plus 6 plus 11. So order of operations says do the parentheses first, so I would have to add that together, and that gives me 27. And then I multiply, and we would get 432. Okay, so that is what all of my rectangles would add up to for the surface area. Okay, now surface area, okay, HP, what we just found, so this goes into that, plus 2 capital B. Okay, so lateral area is 432. 2 times this. Okay, so I look at my image. What is my base? The base is a triangle. So now I have to ask myself, what is the formula for area of a triangle? Well, that is 1/2 times B times H. So 1/2 times the B base of the base of my triangle. So this is the base of my triangle, which is 11. And this H represents the H, or the height of the base. The height of the base is 5.4. So now I need to calculate my parentheses. Okay? So what I would do is I would go, okay, well, 1/2 is 0.5 times 11 times 5.4. That's 29.7. I would multiply that by 2. And this gives me 59.4 if I multiply that. And if I add that to the lateral area, 432, we get 491.4 millimeters squared. Okay, now, I'm hoping that some of you are questioning the fact that I didn't cancel these out. So that is a possibility. You can cancel these 2's out right here and just do 11 times 5.4 and get the 29, oh sorry, you get the 59.4. It would work out. But I did it this way because it helps me with the volume actually. So going over to volume, we have big B times H. So according to this is the area of the base and the height between the bases. Alright, so we know that the base again is a triangle, which is 1/2 base times height of the prism. So these H's represent something different. But you hopefully know that this right here is this. We just figured this out. And we know that if we multiplied those three together, 0.5, 11, and 5.4, we get 29.7. And the height of the prism is 16. So we multiply these two together, and I get 475.2 millimeters cubed. Okay, so these match up. All right, let's do it one more time. And this one is actually a little more difficult, and I put it here on purpose because you will see it on the quick check. So if I look at my prism, this is the height of the prism. But here we don't have this length. And because this is a right triangle, we have to use Pythagorean theorem. So if this is A and this is B, we're looking for C. So I would say we have 8 squared plus 15 squared, and we need to get C squared. So if I calculate this, and if I add 64 and 225, I get 289 C squared, and then I would square root that, and C would be 17. Okay, so this means that the unknown side length there is 17. All right, so over here, I'm going to erase the A and the B. So this is my base of my triangle. So the base of the base. So base of triangle. This is the height of the triangle. Again, this is the height of the prism because it's the distance between the two bases. So here's my two bases. What's this measurement in between them? 21 inches. All right. So now I'm going to go find the surface area by finding lateral area first. So the height of the prism is 21. The perimeter of the base, so that would be my 8 plus 15 plus 17. Okay, so if I add those together, I would get 40. And if I multiply, we get 840. And I don't have a lot of space, so I'm just going to write horizontally there. Okay, surface area says HP, so that's that lateral area, plus 2 times area of the base. Okay, so HP is 840. Okay, remember, what is your base? It's a triangle. So I'm using 1/2 base times height. So this B and this H come from the triangle only. So base is 8. Height of the triangle is 15. Okay, so I would do this together first. So 1/2 times 8 times 15 gives me 60. And that would be 120. 2 times 60. Okay, so we add that together and we get 960 inches squared. Okay, now going over to volume, our big B, area of the base, we know is 60. The height of the prism is 21. If I multiply these together, we get 1,260 inches cubed.